Thank you for joining XROM, which is India's first AR/VR focused podcast. And today, I'm delighted and honored to have with me an entrepreneur, an author, a mentor, an artificial intelligence researcher, is on a mission to democratize metaverse and NFT. He is the co-founder of WowEXP plus the newly launched WeEnergy. So Navin, it's a complete pleasure to have you on XRM podcast. You're doing some really awesome and inspiring thing. So why don't you share a brief introduction on who you are, what you do, and what got you inspired to choose a career of artificial intelligence in AR, VR, MR?
Thank you a lot for having me on this platform, and you do a great job by democratizing AR, VR, and AI. I feel that technology excites me a lot. So, like technology, AI, I used to work like almost 6, 7 years back also in AI space, and I really enjoyed working on AI, enterprise AIs, building a lot of consumer enterprise AIs for many companies across geography, across globe. For last 3, 4 years, I'm totally into AR/VR stuff, and I'm totally in love with the metaverse idea. Thanks to Mark Zuckerberg, who has changed the name Meta. After this Meta name change, I think the whole world is in love with metaverse, and we are trying to be part of that revolution, metaverse revolution. And somehow the numbers excites me, technology excites me a lot. It really keeps me awake all the time. I don't feel like sleeping. I feel like always thinking, talking about technology and working on technology, how it can really transform industry, transform the way people work. So everything right now in AR VR, we're trying to change the computer. Should be around us. That is our idea right now. So much computer has learned in over many years, decades. But now we want to have a new computer around us. That is called AR/VR. So we can be in a space where computer will be around us, and we are just trying to immerse and do something meaningful. For last 3 years, I have built a good team, very smart team that develops AR/VR products, and we are happy to launch our first metaverse type app in market. We are trying to leverage the metaverse and technology of NFT to change the world to some extent.
From being an artificial intelligence researcher to writing a few books on AI to building apps for enterprise AI, and then forming these two companies, WowEXP and WeEnergy. And I think the credit which you mentioned should, the hype around metaverse should rightfully go to Mark Zuckerberg, because I think he's 4 or 5 individuals in this world who is so powerful that just with his presence or maybe what he says creates a complete global impact. Now, obviously, I mean, Facebook, which has branded as a meta, there is some parts of it I completely endorse, because they are the one who's driving the AR VR conversation, right from building the Spark AR platform to Oculus Quest 2, which I think is democratizing virtual reality. Then there's the other side of them, which is somewhat contentious because of the data privacy issues. And I think that's something which I hope Facebook addresses, because the future which we all say that we're getting into the metaverse is going to be decentralized, and it's an equitable world for everyone. I don't really know how they are placed. So talking about you, I mean, I like your energy, because you said that you don't get to sleep because of technology, because that awesome tool that technology it is changing our life. And if we look at it with a deeper lens, everyone, right from students to entrepreneurs to and the ones who don't even know about technology, if they try to make an effort, they will understand that this tool will completely democratize everyone, businesses plus your own life. So why don't we start with there? Why don't we start explaining what metaverse is, how technology, which is the converging technologies, is going to create a better life and economical value for everyone?
Yeah, awesome. I think I have been putting personal efforts in terms of getting the diverse idea. I met a lot of big guys, the channel owners, the big company owners, and all. I talked to them personally. I just told them the way you live your life is a bit boring and little inefficient right now. Example, in pandemic era, you guys are sitting on your Zoom call. You can't interact much. You can't have a good discussion where we can have a whiteboard where we can put something on a table and all. Why you living in a boring world? Come to the exciting world and all. I talked to some edtech big guys. I talked to them personally. I told them that uh, I mean, this is a boring world. You just put on a screen and people are trying to learn somehow after many hours of study. Ki, what is this biological design and all? Why don't you do in a 3D and AR/VR mode? I mean, you can save time of your kids, your students. You waste time right now. You spend many hours to teach a simple thing. If you use the AR/VR metaverse idea, I mean, you can do in 10x short time, and it can save time. They can enjoy life better. I mean, the study time will be reduced. Okay, people will enjoy a lot. By the way, we also built some kind of metaverse for the edtech also in some small way. We have given them glimpse like how this university and college could look like. You can walk around, you can go to classroom, and admin can control which student can go to which classroom. There can be a 3D virtual classroom where teachers can talk, interact, and put something on a whiteboard also. They can put on design on a table also. There can be office spaces where teachers can talk to each other. There can be a gaming like a table tennis, badminton, and some carom board and all. People can spend time there. It's like the way people go to college. So no need to have a geographical constraint. People can stay at home, just have a device, and that's all. And some space in the room. That's all. You can just walk around. You can go to classroom. You can go to the table tennis room. You can go to this and that parking. Party house and all. So the life will be quite exciting. Wow experience. That is the game. So I told a lot of big guys from many industries personally. Also, I democratize through the podcast and the YouTube channels also. So I try my best to democratize. I put a lot of posts on LinkedIn as well. And I'm really thankful to you. You are doing an awesome job by democratizing AR, VR, and metaverse and all. I hope within 3 to 6 months, the market will accept in a much bigger way.
You use the term that your traditional world, I mean what we use right now, the interface that we've been restricted to with like a 2D medium, is boring and inefficient. So yeah, yes, I mean I feel that there is some insane acceleration happening because of the convergence of technologies, and there is so much opportunity if enterprise, if developers, content creators, studios, individuals, I mean education industry, if they understand the opportunity that this thing presents and tries to leverage it, I think this world could be such a better place. Because you mentioned about two use cases, like the work could be completely upended, and so could be education, because we traditionally have a brick and mortar workspace or an education institute. Now that is getting blurred. Today you could be sitting anywhere, if you're a student or somebody is working, and I could access knowledge or connect with businesses with anywhere around the world. So the digital world doesn't restrict you. The physical world has so many restrictions, and I hope that in the long run there is some kind of a merger between the brick and mortar and the metaverse, and so I really hope that that kind of happens. You mentioned two use cases, work and education. You also mentioned that your company WowEXP is building something in the edtech space. Would you like to talk a little bit about WowEXP? What are you building? And since you mentioned about the edtech space, could you also elaborate on that?
See, WowExP is building some kind of metaverse. It can be edtech or a skill tech. For example, like right now there are many universities in India. Because of pandemic, people don't travel, don't go to college as well. I can see the future. People live in the South India. I want to go to the North Indian college. They can't go. So difficult to really be part of the classroom culture, because of the geographic constraint, pandemic, and many other factors. So this metaverse will create an environment that you want to join this particular university and all, or some fantasy, some kind of metaverse university and all. And there can be a unlimited options learning. You can love the fine arts. You can love the designing aspect. You can love the music classroom thing. You want to learn about solar energy or wind energy and all. So there can be an infinite choices for you, and that learning can be much smarter for humans. Right now, generally universities focus on particular kind of courses, and classrooms are there in particular area of the. I think this will really enhance our creativity also. I can learn music in my first half, and then I can learn in something else like sciences in second half also. I can design my choices. So there can be a multi, I can say, dimensional learning and growth can be much easier for us. Right now, there is a constraint also, like you join particular classroom here, there, then now. So the idea of the overall growth of humans can be much smarter. I can feel that. So there are advantages from both angles. One angle from the students, like the young guys, they can learn what they want to learn. They can really upskill themselves. They can enjoy their music lifestyle also in different way. From the angle of the colleges, they can really tap the global market. They can really tap market from any part of the world, not only from particular India part. They can tap market from the Cambodia as well, Ukraine as well, the Germany as well. They can really tap the market and all. I can feel there is a value addition from both sides, and I think this will change the game of the university and college culture. It will change the culture of the degree also. People will try to have a multiple kind of options, kind of learning degree. Just not like a typical mechanical engineering and get bored and then sell your 4 years to one department. Not like this. I can see a better human society in coming time. Metaverse can play some role there. Also, from the fun part, we can have a better parties, good parties. No need to have all the stoppage from the local level, and also we can have much better lifestyle, learning curves, from both side. So I'm quite. I mean, I'm sold to metaverse. I'm in love with metaverse. So I think I feel that the world is going to be more exciting world for us. So let's try to revolutionize faster.
Right. Yeah. So I really endorse your thought that it is going to completely change human society, because so far we have lived in very a structured environment. Even the education is like, okay, you've got 6 7 subjects and that's what you keep on pushing the students, when the student could be inclined towards completely different thing. So we do not push the student for where what he is good at, but we load him with so many different things. So here's the metaverse, which is going to make geography history. You could be sitting at any part of the world, access any professor from anywhere around the world. So the education system itself, I hope that if there are these education institutes listening, they start making a change, because change is coming really fast. And if you do not get on this train, there won't be another train, you will be left behind. Would you like to talk about WeEnergy, your virtual reality training platform for renewable energy?
Yeah, after COP26 climate meet and all, I think every country has increased the target of solar energy, wind energy target by 6 times almost. So now they have to produce, say, at 6 times faster rate now. India and many other country. So I think we workforce creation is not being done nicely. They are doing it at a level right now. I feel that VR training can solve the problem of the workforce creations. On-premise training is very time consuming and costly as well. And creating 6 times faster workforce is big challenge given the premise kind of constant and all. So we really feel that the VR training is the future of the training for the energy, especially. I talked to the CEO of a lot of big company in energy space, and convinced that they love the idea of VR training. They think that going forward, VR training is the right way in the workforce, build at mass scale. Build the solar plants and windmills, green hydrogen and at mass scale. So, and there can be big job opportunity for everyone who want to be part of this kind of EV or green hydrogens and solar plants and wind energy. I mean, this is world is going to be more smart. I mean, petrol, diesel will go away, obviously, and we have much more energy with the sun, wind, and green hydrogen as well. So I'm totally hopeful that but issue can be solved in much better way in next 8 to 10 years time. And in that 8 to 10 years time, we are training will play a very big role. Even we are trying to build one metaverse for the skill university, skill ideas. So upskilling, you want to upskill yourself as a technicians, solars, wind, EV, in hydrogens, fire safety, waste management. I mean, there are so many trainings are required now. Just need to be part of the game and just tell what you want to learn, and then get the job also. So in market, there is a huge job right now. The market, like every big company, is trying to create the workforce, but they don't have right now. So I think there is a demand from both sides. God wants to hire a lot of guy in this sector of energy, and also the guys want to get jobs now. So both side, the VR will really bridge the gap. VR training will create the workforce at mass scale. They will give job opportunity to those kind of young guys, and they will give the chance to the employer to hire them. So I think there is a big future of the VR training, especially for the climate tech and all. And some big guy already told that climate based companies will emerge in a big way, and there will be many company who will try to really solve the issue of climate, and the VR is going to play a very big role now. Virtual reality, VR.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So upskilling is so required because the world is changing so fast. The new jobs which has been spawning are nowhere, what close to our old jobs. And for the new jobs, you need the students to be upskilled for to be ready for the new world. So yes, I think training is going to be play such an important role. And yes, we are transitioning from a fossil fuel to a clean energy, and I hope the transition happens sooner because if I'm not wrong, 33 of the most polluted 27, I think, of the most polluted 33 cities in the world happens to be in India. And Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, we are all bearing the brunt. So I hope that we transition to this clean energy movement faster. Now, India's AR VR ecosystem, if you see, America is racing. They are building some fantastic things. Meta itself is rebranded. Facebook has rebranded as Meta because of the opportunity of metaverse. This China with Tencent is building a Chinese metaverse, and that there's most of the exciting thing seems to be happening in the West, in China, but not much is happening here in India. There are some small players uh, who are doing their bit to kind of add the layer of what the metaverse could be. What do you think is the problem? Where does the problem lie? Is the ecosystem not good? Is the investor support not there? Is there a lack of community? Should there be more done from the government side to build a sustainable metaverse XR industry? Or are you happy with the progress? What are your views?
So I feel somehow now we are not pioneer by nature. I mean, don't feel otherwise. Uh, we have been service provider for decades. Like we are not pioneer. We never build have a trust that we can build something new in the world and sell to the world. We are the guy. Something is tested in US or some other part of the world, then we can try to adopt, copy paste and sell it in market. So we are not the risk-friendly pioneer mindset guys. So that is the main problem. And this gene also is there also in the traditional investors also, they try to play very safe. They want to copy ideas from US so that their money is safe. The LP thinks money is safe. The program is safe. I mean, they want to play in the game of some X to 100x sort of. They don't never want to play the game of a pioneer. कि ठीक है, this idea is awesome idea. Let's try to put our weight on there. So that is missing right now, and that's how many companies are really suffering. That they have to really put a lot of effort in really convincing the market that this metaverse will boom. So very few players in India, as you told, that they're working hard in terms of AR, VR stuff, and they want to take AR to the next level and all. But in China, some company like Tencent and all, they are very bullish about ideas. In South Korea, even the government is very aggressive about AR, VR. They're putting a lot of money on there. So I can see there are some countries they're putting big effort, government as well as the investors. In India, I think government is yet to think about AR/VR in a good way. They have been doing something in some technology like AI, little bit of quantum also. But I think in AR/VR still they have to really work harder. I'm in touch with a lot of big guys in this government sector also, but they are right now listening to VR thing. But still, I feel that they long way to go. In a good way, I'm saying that. And investors, I really expect investors to come on board and try to, revolutionize this metaverse market and lead India. I mean, try to lead the world by creating the best company in India itself. And we have big talent in India. We have good startups in India who are putting every inch of the soul in this, AR, VR world and all. So we have to investors have to rethink about the strategy. We need to go beyond the web-based model. We have to think about pioneer mindset and support the AR VR metaverse initiatives. The faster we can do, the faster we can grow.
We have the minds. We have some of the brightest minds here in India, and sadly, they are pushed to move out of India and explore greener pastures such as Silicon Valley and other, because there's a lot of opportunity over there and the ecosystem support is there. I'm not saying things are not moving. I think there is some exciting movement happening. There's a lot of support from the venture capital and the government, but I think there has to be more effort from the government and the VC ecosystem to look at the metaverse, look at the augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality industry, because this as a technology, once it converges with artificial intelligence and 5G, can create a humongous opportunity. Would you like to give a pitch to the listeners, as in the government or the VC investors, that what is the value that metaverse and AR, VR, MR can bring to India, which can completely change India as a society and a culture?
Yeah, I will appeal government to think about this metaverse in a big way because the whole world can be ours. Example, if we can create a universities which can fulfill a need of the world. So we can tap the global market in terms of educations, in terms of training. Also, we can have a like some kind of market, like we can sell our traditionals, our cultural items globally. Also, we can guess our museums, art galleries, and all the art galleries and museums are not giving good money to government right now. They can really open the market. Okay, if they can build the metaverse, if they can help us build the metaverse, we can create the market of the museums, art galleries, which can create millions, billions of dollars for the government can make a lot of money in tourism, this kind of cultural asset as well. The educations, training, the museums, tourism, uh, everything, like even your office space. Suppose government can create an office spaces in 3D environment and sell to the world. Governments, non-governments, everyone can really tap the market. The whole world can pay us in dollars, in INR, in crypto, if we can give some service, some kind of product to them. And I think every industrial needs can be given in a metaverse mode before any China or US lead it. Let's lead it. I appeal the government bodies. I appeal investors. Please think more, study about metaverse a little bit more, and then see the value. The whole world is getting metaversed coming 2 3 years. Someone who is pioneer will take the market, will bring the currency to the homeland. So if we build now, we can bring the currency to the world, to India directly.
Right, I completely endorse your views. Now, you are a writer. You have written a few books on artificial intelligence. You know, on deep learning and also GANs, Generative Adversarial Network. Would you like to unpack GANs and deepfakes and what the world will look like when we have these autoencoders, GANs, available for anyone? How deeply would media and content industry get impacted with GANs?
GAN is the most advanced form of deep learning, and deep learning is the most advanced form of AI. So GAN is at the peak of the AI, you can say that. So GAN will do the maximum in terms of intelligence. So example, you can convert your 1960s movies into the black and into the color movie. You can convert a sketch, some sketch into the real photos. You can convert one day time image into night mode image also. You can remove the clothes from any human body directly. We can take the clothes out in exact way. We can convert 2D image into the 3D content, 3D polygon content with the AI. We can talk you like some Hollywood star talk, you we can give your face to the Clinton's speech, So whatever looks impossible in AI is mostly to the GAN and on autoencoder, you can say. So I think the GAN is the big. I wrote this book almost 3 years back, the GAN book, and before that I wrote book on deep learning. So that book is also part of the universities and IITs and other colleges as well, also in Singapore and US as well. So I feel that the GAN will change the game because that is very intense game. It needs a lot of computation. So I think it is not democratized to the extent that everyone can't use it because it needs many days computations to build some model. So that is not so easy game for public. You just really invest money on the GPUs first, and code is also very complex compared to the other codes and all. So you can do something which is normal, which is done by someone else in past, like deepfake is done by someone. You can just try to replace someone with you. But if you want to really change have your own kind of GAN model and all, it is not democratized to large extent. But yeah, you can have some person talk like a Modi, some talk like Rahul Gandhi, some talk like some that you can do anyway. It can really change the political discussions. People can take it very seriously. Someone talks like someone else and all. But we can also crack it. Like what is a fake, what is not real. Also, there's some code which can also tell you that this is a deep fake videos. This is not. So it is there. There is some impact basically. But I think this game is a big game because it needs a lot of computations, GP power as well. Even we are trying to leverage GAN for converting 2D image into 3D. So that needs a lot of computations and the hi-fi coding as well. So not democratized to large extent, but yeah, at least this is the big frontier for all the big AI researchers.
Right, yeah, and technology is accelerating so very fast. You know, these GANs, there's deep learning, there's GPT-3, the natural language processor, which is doing some really awesome things from text to code. We are getting into a world where coding could also become redundant, because we are moving towards a low code no code thing. This is obviously, it's a far off thing, it's not such a closed term, but the technology is moving towards that direction. So when you said in the beginning of the conversation, I would like to remind my the listeners that that's the world that we are getting into. We're getting into a world where the impossible will be possible, and technology will be able to do that. So you, I, and everyone, if you want to create a better world, we need to play a role, otherwise we'll get disrupted. My last question to you: what do you think India and the world is going to look like when all of these technologies mature, when we have the metaverse layer, when we move into Web 3.0, when we have our old digital avatars, doing stuff for us? I mean, I added a couple of things, but please paint a picture on how the future of everything is going to look like with metaverse and artificial intelligence converging, and the role of WowEXP and WeEnergy.
The constraint will disappear to large extent. The human will really enjoy like a human way. We can really enjoy our days, learning, parties. Your shopping experience, shopping things, your games, your sports. People can maximize their happiness. Our hormones can flow, I mean, a lot, I can say. We can really be humans. Our cognitive brain will love it, because our cognitive brain will think what it needs, it can get faster. I want to enjoy some party house. I want to enjoy some my art galleries thing. I want to enjoy some plant engineering stuff. I want to enjoy my friends. I want to enjoy basketball, table tennis. You can enjoy what you want to enjoy. That is there. So digital world will be very fancy. It will really replicate or duplicate or this real world. Okay, this will save also the climate thing. People don't need to travel a lot for small thing. People will reduce traveling a lot unless they want to have fun somewhere. They will not travel for offices and small places all the time. So the climate can be saved also. Climate can be more clean, more green, I can feel. People can have a maximum fun, maximum learning, maximum growth and all. I can see value for climate, the planet, the value for the human society, both is there. The planet Earth health can be taken care of nicely. The human's cognitive brain, the needs can be taken care of nicely. Okay, and this world can be quite exciting. I am totally in, because I really want to enjoy arts, fun, music, learning. A different kind of literature guy, fun, music, dance. I mean, this is the world we want to join as soon as possible. I'm in hurry. In hurry. We are in hurry to build that metaverse, the happy, wow world and all. We are looking forward to this kind of world. And climate will be very much safe also, because of our less traveling and less stress on the infra and this traveling and all. So it's a beautiful world I can see right now.
Lovely.
Only the issue will be the political things. So hopefully, if governments are honest and more, better for humans, so I think the world will be almost like heaven.
Lovely. Manaswi, thank you for being part of the podcast. I mean, I'll take those two parting words from you, that yes, you can maximize happiness. Metaverse will maximize happiness, and it'll create a better planet, because we will no longer, we will reduce our carbon footprint, because we spend so much time to travel to work and back, and traveling. So thank you, Navin, for being part of the podcast and sharing your insights. And to my listeners, if you like what you see in here, then please press the subscribe button. And until next time, see you guys. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you, Navin. Really appreciate this.
Thank you, Eddie. Thanks. Have a good day.